Hi folks, more great work submitted again last week, so really well done. Just a reminder that it's not too late to complete the tasks from the previous few weeks. You can still complete this work and then submit it using the Assignments tab. This week we will be learning more about space and space exploration. You'll see from the success criteria that you should be able to continue to state the definitions of key terms, including planet, moon, star, galaxy, and exoplanet. You should be able to use listening skills to record facts and information on space exploration from a programme. You should be able to use literacy skills and apps and other online resources to keep a diary of night sky observations. And an optional task for this week that you can try out if possible is to create a solar viewer that will help you see the sun safely. As usual, there will be a checklist for the week that you can find on Teams, on the Teams page or in the Files tab. This Friday is a holiday, so you would only have had 2 periods of physics if you were in school as normal. So there isn't as much work to complete this week because of the Friday holiday. Also, the deadline for this week's work is Thursday night, so that everyone can enjoy their long weekend. The first task this week is to watch an episode of Bill Nye on space exploration, and you're going to have a worksheet to complete while you're watching the programme. To get access to the video, you're going to click on this link and it should take you to a YouTube page where the start of the video looks like this. The worksheet can be found on the Teams page. If you go to the Files tab, tap on the folder called Number 5 Dynamics, then tap on the folder named Number 3 Space, and in there you'll see a file called Bill Nye Space Exploration. There will be answers, there will be solutions posted in the middle of the week so that you can use these solutions to check your answers. And when you go into Files, the worksheet should look like this. And there's just a few questions to answer while you watch the video. You can write your answers on paper, or you can type them onto your digital device, or if you want to, you can download a copy of this file onto your own device and write or type the answers straight onto the worksheet. The next task of the week is optional. If you remember back to last week, I gave you a list of materials that you may have around your house. So an empty cereal box, some tin foil, and some blank white paper. You can use these materials to create a solar viewer. And you'll find a list of instructions on Teams if you go to Files, and then the same 2 folders again, Number 5 Dynamics and Number 3 Space. And you'll see a file in there called How to Make a Solar Viewer. When you open up this file, you'll see this sheet right here. You'll see in the top corner of the sheet, there's a picture to show you what your solar viewer should look like. And then on the bottom left, you'll see a list of instructions that tell you how to make it. Now, as I said earlier, this is an optional task just to give you something a wee bit different and a bit more practical to do to learn more about space and space exploration. If you manage to create the solar viewer, what you can then do next, and again this is totally optional, is you can take photos or videos of yourself or of a family member using your solar viewer. You can upload these to the Assignments tab on Teams, If you want to, if you have access to Twitter, you can then post these photos or videos of this week's work, or using the solar viewer specifically, or any of the other work that you've completed, to any of these 3 Twitter pages. If anybody has access to Twitter but isn't quite sure how to upload things onto any of the Twitter pages, then please let me know on Teams. The next task, again, was talked about last week as well, is if possible, you can start to create your own night sky diary. And basically what that means is that you're going to have a look at the sky every night and just keep a wee record of the things that you're able to see. It's obviously going to be dependent on the weather. If it's cloudy, too cold, then it's not going to be ideal. And don't worry if you can't complete it on nights like this or at all. What might help is information online that you can find to help you identify objects that are going to be visible in your area each night. Sometimes the pages will give you a time and a direction that you can look towards to be able to see things in particular, like planets. If possible, you could also download the free app called Star Chart, which will also help you to identify the things that you are able to see each night. The app should be available on Google Play if you've got an Android phone, or on App Store if you've got an Apple device. And you should be able to find it using Google, and I've put a couple of screenshots to show you what you should be looking for. Again, don't worry if you're not able to complete these tasks. These are just optional to give you something a wee bit different than written work and making PowerPoints and things like that, just to give you something a wee bit more practical and hands-on to do, because space is such an interesting topic. The last task for this week is a worksheet that is called Space Fact or Fiction. You can see how many of these you get right. Again, that's going to be in the Files tab, in the same 2 folders, and then you're looking for the file called Space Fact or Fiction. And all you should do with this is have a look at the statements that are in the list. All space-related statements, and you have to decide whether they are true or false, if they are fact or if they are fiction. Some of these statements you might know about already, some of them you may not, and it's okay to look up the answers online to find out whether they are fact or fiction. And again, you can write the answers on paper in your jotters, or you can type the answers or download your own copy of this worksheet and either write or type the answers straight onto it. Okay, so I hope you all have a great week, and I hope that everyone enjoys their long weekend.